Could some major content changes be coming to Netflix? Yahoo Finance's Canal has been talking to experts and tracking the latest developments in the streaming company's strategy. So, Allie, what are you hearing so far?
Hi, Rochelle. And yes, we have been hearing a lot of news out of Netflix over the past few weeks, especially when it comes to its content. And remember that in the background of all of this is Netflix's profitability push. And we've seen the streaming giant really lean into certain revenue initiatives like the crackdown on password sharing, along with the ad-supported tier. So what does this mean for the future of content? And analysts that I've been speaking to have told me that really Netflix is entering the next phase of this growth. If you remember back in 2017, 2018, Netflix signed on a lot of A-list talent, committing to multi-million-dollar, multi-year deals. And we just heard earlier this week that one of the first producers to sign with Netflix, Ryan Murphy, he's not renewing his contract with the streaming giant. In fact, he reportedly will be heading to Disney. But Murphy signed a massive deal back in 2018, $300 million for 5 years. That wasn't the only one. Netflix also signed Shonda Rhimes at the time for $100 million. They recently re-upped Shonda Rhimes' contract. So what could this mean when it comes to future deals for Netflix? And analysts have told me that it's likely we might not see these massive deals any longer. Rather, Netflix might be a little bit more strategic about the contracts and the money that they choose to commit to. Now, part of that strategy is leaning in to two main areas of growth. One is international content and one is live sports content. So on the international content side, we just saw Ted Sarandos visit Seoul. He reiterated his $2.5 billion commitment to creating original Korean content. In addition to that, he also said that the company is looking to foster talent behind the camera as well. And analysts that I've spoken with have said that is the differentiating factor here for Netflix. That gives it the competitive edge, its exposure to international markets and the ability for Netflix to really create star-studded content that can really explode in overseas markets. So that's something to look out for moving forward. Another is live sports content. And we've seen a lot of competitors really go after these large contracts with the NBA, NHL, NFL. But Netflix is taking a slightly different approach here. They are leaning into docuseries like Full Swing, F1. They will reportedly be hosting a live celebrity golf tournament. And that just shows that they are trying to create franchises around sports. They're trying to create these characters that viewers can connect with. That is a cheaper option, and it also allows a lot more experimentation when it comes to the future of live sports, since that is really an untapped area for Netflix. So a lot of changes coming. Netflix also has gaming coming out too. So they're leaning into different types of areas of growth right now, and that's something to continue to watch for investors.
And certainly figuring out how they have to pivot given both the ongoing writer's strike and the potential for a SAG-AFTRA strike, which means, obviously the international, not just exposure, the international play, they have to lean into that.
Right. And you think the longer this strike goes on, there's no end in sight right now, the more that's going to come into play. And because Netflix does have content creators all over the world, does have this access, that certainly is going to set them apart from competitors.
All right. We will have to put a pin in that. Allie Canal, thank you so much for that breakdown as usual.